What
are we doing today?
Today, we're fitting an exhaust to this very tidy JZS171.
Yep.
Included in the kit that we sell is one of our purge welded 304 grade stainless steel 3.5-inch dump pipes.
Yep.
So we're going to get cracking with pulling all the old stuff off and trying to make that fit.
Perfect. So this is obviously stock.
Yep.
So it has the stock 2-volt O2 sensor.
Yeah, all the standard gear, J-pipe, everything's there. All the heat shields are still on. So this will be a perfect example of what you guys will have to deal with. Right, okay, so we're going to start by taking off all the original stuff. I prefer to take off as much as possible to make getting in there easier, give yourself some more space so we don't have to battle the factory parts.
Yeah.
Special pliers, they're good for clamps, so you don't twang these off and destroy your fingers. You watch me still do it, but I've used these for years and they work really, really well with everything that I've ever done. So stubborn exhausts and brackets and just things that don't want to come out. I've always used these and they work. So we're going to coat everything we can because it's rusty as hell. So we're now going to lift the car up. If you don't have the luxury of a hoist like we do, you're going to be doing this on the ground. But now that I got all this stuff off, it actually helps some light come through the car. I find it easier to take this stuff off so you can actually see what you're doing. So we're now going to do the bottom dump pipe bolts and try and get the bottom section of the dump pipe out to give us some more room. Well, now the car's up. This is what I was talking about. Everything's just rusty and corroded. So now that we know that's going to be an issue, we'll spray everything first up. That flange and then the 3-bolt flange on the bottom of the dump pipe. We'll soak that. And while that's soaking, we might remove the rest of the exhaust so it's got time to do its thing. All hell is about to break loose. So I've noticed that all these bolts are super, super rusty.
Yeah.
And I have a pretty good idea that they're not going to come undone. So there are advantages and disadvantages to being on a hoist. You're on a hoist, the exhaust is really high up.
Yep.
It can drop further.
Yep.
If you're by yourself, that makes it difficult. So we're going to take this out in one piece because there's more of us.
Yep.
But if you're by yourself, you'd probably want to try and take it out in sections.
Yep.
If you're on the ground, it actually works in your favor. You can drop the piece onto the ground and it won't drop very fast. You can just sort of drop it, take the hangers off, and it'll hit the ground.
Yep.
Drag it out the back of the car. Your exhaust is out. So not too bad, but we're going to take it out in one piece today.
We don't really
just to save this hassle because it's not going to be fun. These cars these days don't even have these trays anymore, so I'm quite pleasantly surprised that it's here. But definitely take it out of the way, make your life a bit easier. Spray and spray again because they're not going to come off nicely, but hopefully we're...
Try and spray them from the top side as well?
Did spray them from the top a little bit, but again, accessibility a bit hard, so we're going to try and get those nuts off.
Cool.
Is that supposed to happen?
No, that's not.
So I have to say that again, do I?
Yeah.
I'm taking that off.
That bracket that
just
holds the turbo on?
Yeah, so the turbo support bracket, we're going to take that out of the way. The bottom left nut is quite a pain to get to, so hopefully with that out of the way, gives us a bit more clearance. And go to Smoko. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat. Was exhausting.
A quick look at the factory factory setup versus our setup. Obviously, this is the factory setup, and this is what we've pulled out.
Yep.
And this is what we're putting in the car.
Yep.
What's the benefit of going to our style setup over the factory setup?
Starting with the looks, obviously ours looks really, really nice.
Yep.
These being 25 years old, give or take, the cats can be collapsed, they can be worn out.
Yep.
The heat shields get rattly, everything's all rusty, it looks yucky.
Yep.
Flow is a big one. The factory exhaust is a 2.2 or 2.25 inch
Yep.
diameter. Ours are 3 and 3.5.
Yep. What's the reason that we've put a flex joint in our dump pipe and there's not a flex joint in the factory setup?
I'm not sure why they don't put one in the factory setup. I guess Toyota didn't think they were needed, but we put them in for durability, for a little bit of movement in the exhaust.
Yep.
A lot of the hangers are rubber, so from this section back, the exhaust moves.
Yep.
And that can put a lot of strain on the exhausts. We purge weld all of our dump pipes, means they get the best possible weld and they'll be super, super strong.
Cool.
But it doesn't hurt to have more movement and make sure that everything's nice and free. It's not going to break.
So there's no extra stress.
Not going to stress the back of the like the manifold. Not going to stress the dump pipe.
Yep.
The rest of the exhaust can move as it needs to.
Perfect. Obviously, we also have our M18 to 2-bolt adapters for your O2 sensors. So if for some reason you are running a Haltech ECU or an aftermarket ECU and you want to put a wideband sensor, etc., they will screw straight into this, and then these will bolt straight onto the factory point. And then we've also got the provision for the factory O2 sensor on our dump pipe, as well as this adapter for your aftermarket O2 sensor as well.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So now we're going to install our fancy new dump pipe.
Nice.
We normally don't supply these with new hardware, but the customer has requested that we do. So we're going to put new nuts on this dump pipe. You can opt for them on the website, or if you're talking to one of our sales team, let them know that you want new hardware and they will throw it in the kit. Nuts.
So generally speaking, the factory O2 sensor gasket is in okay enough condition to reuse?
Yeah, Toyota use usually single or multi-layer steel gaskets that are usable time and time again. Pretty sure on TechStream or on their database it tells you replace every use or whatever, but it's been proven time and time again their gaskets are really good, so we can reuse that. And while they look pretty average, factory heat shields, they have to go back on. Super important.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heat hoses back here that get heat affected really, really easily.
Yep.
And you'd be surprised at how quickly they do perish. Same deal with this one. We can see that that one's actually slightly on an angle, so the hangers are slightly off, so we'll pull that down a little bit. We've designed this to sit really, really close to the subframe. This is probably the lowest point of the entire car now, and I think that's how they are factory. Obviously now with a bigger pipe, more so.
Yeah.
So I think they're designed to have about a 3 or 4 mil gap between the exhaust pipe itself and the subframe.
Yep.
So sort of, you can feel that, check that it's level, and then tighten off your clamp. Perfect.
And that's an exhaust install.
He's fitted. We like to use like a spray silicone or some sort of like spray lubricant on the exhaust.
Yep.
And it sort of seems to conserve the stainless, A, for shelf life, and B, on the car, like it bakes it on and stops a lot of the corrosion around some of the welds.
Yeah,
not everyone likes to do it. We do it.
Yep.
Each their own.
give us a quick recap on what we've done to this car so far.
All right, so today we removed the old exhaust and fitted one of our GRP purge welded dump pipes along with a one-off 3.5-inch exhaust system. Has 2 mufflers in it to keep it nice and conservative.
Fantastic. So what are the benefits to putting on an exhaust system and a dump pipe like this?
Besides the aesthetics and the noise, it's good to take some of the old equipment off the car, just due to age and condition, which we saw in the video.
That's exactly right, from all those rusted bolts and everything.
Yeah, and it's also good to do in preparation for cars that want to have more power, or if the owner plans on doing more with the car at a later date. It's all interchangeable, so when it comes time to doing a high mount or a low mount turbo, we can just take that dump pipe out, put another one back in. The car's ready to make more power.
Fantastic. So nice and easy setup, and pretty quick and easy install from our side of things as well.
Yeah, bang for buck, for buck, an easy kit to fit. You can do it yourself at home on a hoist if you're lucky enough, or on the ground.
Exactly right. Fantastic. So if you guys are interested in whether it be custom fabrication from us or one of our kits, we do have kits on the website and available, or give our sales guys a call and we'll put you in contact with our workshop manager to get some custom fab done. And yeah, this is the sort of stuff that we do. So feel free to check out our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, etc. where you can see more of this sort of content. Hey Kyle.
What's up, Lofa?
Who?
Lofa?
Lofa.
Lofa these nuts.
I understand now.
You didn't see that coming?
No, I didn't.
Wow.
Completely missed that.
We need like a sign that says recording in progress or something, so people can shut